Assalamualaikum and good morning. We are from Group 9 and today we will talk about we as a culture manager at Saudi Arabia office. Now, let me introduce you a little bit about Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the birthplace of Islam and also home to two holy places for Muslims, namely Mecca and Medina. Saudi Arabia was established in 1993 by Abdul Aziz bin Abdul Rahman. Saudi Arabia is the one of the largest country that has stability in all aspects. The first question is, what are the various types of information that you will require to manage the external and global environment as well as organization's culture for the Saudi Arabia office? As a manager, we have to make sure that we are having information about the external and global environment. External and global environment is the environment that refers to all of the performance of an organization and standing with a few components. The first component is economic components. Economic component is referred to the interest rates, inflation, change in disposable income, and stock market fluctuation. Saudi Arabia is one of the most evolving countries in the economy. This is because Saudi Arabia has been in the top 20 of the largest economy in the world and also in the Middle East. The next component is demographic component. Demographic component emphasizes things related to trends, environmental of country conditions, and all of the matter that related to the resident in the country. The Kingdom of Arab Saudi is the fourth largest state in Arab world with a reported population 34,218 as of 2019. A significant percentage of nation's inhabitants are immigrants seeking an economic opportunity that making up 37% of the total Saudi's population. Other components is political or legal components. This component take notes about federal law, state and local law, and also global and the other country law. Saudi Arabia adopts an Islamic-based concept where the king is the leader of states and government as well as a religious leader. The technology component also one of the components related to the external and global environments. Technology in Saudi Arabia is at a high level because of the inspiration that they have. Saudi Arabia's IT sector always had high-level aspirations, whether in attracting the best talent and software provisions or securing. The technology that Arab Saudi have is useful to their country as a big and evolving country. They use the technology to upgrade any aspect of the country, such as in education, business, and economy. The last components of external and global environment is global. Global component cover issues that related to the globalization and foreign trade, such as Saudi Arabia running a global organizations like WTO and World Bank IMF. So, as a culture manager at Saudi Arabia office, we should emphasize all of the components of external and global environment to make sure that goals as a culture manager will be accomplished. Office organization in Saudi Arabia is influenced by the nature collectivists. Important thing for them is to work in a society that has close ties such as family. And Saudi Arabia is the country that more interest to doing business with people that they know and trust.
Now I will continue the question 1, which you could need to analyze the political, economy, and social environment if Saudi Arabia and compare its between or similarities with your own country as your part of answer. In aspect politics, Malaysia is the constitutional monarchy as same as Saudi Arabia. Constitutional monarchy means the king exercises the highest administrative and judicial power, has the power to appoint, dissolve, or recognize the cabinet, establish or abolish the crown prince, dissolve the confused, and have the power to approve and veto the resolution of the cabinet meeting and tied in agreement signed with foreign country. Saudi Arabia has an embassy in Kuala Lumpur, while Malaysia also has the embassy in Jeddah. The two countries has more harmonious diplomatic and economic relations, and they are the member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, which is OIC. In the aspect economy, oil revenue is the main resource of income for Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is known as the oil kingdom. Is one of countries with the largest oil resources, production and sales in the world. In the early years, Saudi Arabia was enhanced in traditional agriculture and animal husbandry economy. Later, the discovery of oil and the income from oil development enabled Saudi Arabia to develop rapidly. The Saudi Arabian government used oil revenue to customize many of its national economy policy. This has made Saudi Arabia international status rapidly improve. While in Malaysia is an open economy market. As early as the 1970s, Malaysian economy has based on mineral and agriculture. Later in the 1980s, the industry sector has been dynamic Malaysian economic growth. Malaysia is an exporter of natural and agricultural resources. We also produce oils like Saudi Arabia. Later, Malaysian government promoted tariffs to avoid dependence on export products. To the south, the economy of Malaysia and Saudi Arabia has been changed by government. In aspect social, there's a three-part of this, which is education, medical treatment, and language. In education, both of Saudi Arabia government and Malaysia attach great importance to education and personal training. They implement free education. The Saudi Arabia government implement compulsory education, including elementary education, vocational training, various technical education, and adult education. While the Malaysian government provide free primary and secondary education. The Malaysian government maintains that region has 6 years of primary education and 5 years of secondary education. The second part is the medical treatment. Saudi Arabia-based medical system is complete and free medical system is implemented for citizens, where the Malaysian government attached great importance to the exploration and development of the public health care. Malaysian citizens only need to pay normally fee of 1 ringgit when visiting public hospital or clinic, and they are not accepting charge for medicine. The last part of social is language. The official language of Saudi Arabia is Arabic, while the official language of Malaysia is Malay.
Hi, I'm Narabiatul Adabia binti Rozaman. My matrix number is 59006. I would like to explain and answer the question that given to me. The question given to me is, what are the challenges of obstacles in managing cross-cultural issues between Saudi Arabia and Malaysia? Before I start to explain more about the answer, I would like to introduce you guys about what is cross-cultural. Cross-cultural is differences between businessmen in terms of racial diversity background, definition, and also ethnic diversity. Business working apart need to learn the subtle differences in language and material style in order to provide good cooperation for all members and the company. If businessmen are unable to learn the differences in language style and subtle material, they may find it difficult to communicate well with businessmen of the other races. As a businessman working apart, they should follow the culture of the local businessman. It is because businessmen working apart can adapt to their surroundings while they're working apart. There is the challenges in managing cross-cultural issues. I have 4 points, which is body language, language variation, different work schedule, and the last point, structure and hierarchy. I will explain you one by one in the next slide. The first point, the challenges in managing cross-cultural issues between Saudi Arabia and Malaysia is body language. The culture of Saudi Arabia, which addresses to the teaching of religion, is very strict. Some of them find it difficult to interact between the opposite sex. This will further complicate an office task. Compared to Malaysia, they are mutually open to each other, so it is easy to have discussion and interact even with the opposite sex. So, we have to create an open and inclusive workplace environment so that all business people can provide space to contribute ideas in business. Next, the challenges in managing cross-cultural issues between Saudi Arabia and Malaysia is the language variation. In Saudi Arabia, language variation exists due to several social factors, namely educational background, type of occupation, and socio-economic position of different speakers. Generally, people in Saudi Arabia speaking in their native language. However, some of the businessmen will use English as the vernacular in business. For example, when holding a special meeting with a client, they will speak in English, but during a brief meeting, they will use in their native language. However, at Malaysia, when dealing with government official, employees nature will speak the national language, which is Bahasa Melayu, while when they hold a special meeting, they will use English again. This is happening among business in Malaysia. It will be difficult to communicate with each other due to language differences. My next point of the challenges in managing cross-cultural issues between Saudi Arabia and Malaysia is different work schedule. Work schedule means every certain day and hour of the week, employees are expected to be at work. Different work schedules are generated based on the organization chart and position product. For Saudi Arabia, they start their working day on Saturday and end on Wednesday. They are off on Thursday and Friday. Their working hours every day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They will rest and start their work again at 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. according to their own territory. For Malaysia, there are some states that start their daily work on Monday and end their work on Friday, while some states that start their daily work on Sunday and end on Thursday. Business hours in Malaysia are start their work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Many work businessmen and government agencies also work until noon on Saturday. Last but not least, the challenges in managing cross-cultural issues between Saudi Arabia and Malaysia is structure and hierarchy. There are several different divisions between subordinate and company managers in Saudi Arabia. Anyone who has a lot of authority is entitled to issue instructions to anyone who works in the company. While at Malaysia, companies in Malaysia do not count the size nor the nature of the company. They need to manage the company based on the vertical hierarchical structure in which the authorities are directed from above. This will make it difficult to determine in the position of instruction to be given to employees in Saudi Arabia companies. In conclusion, management in cross-cultural imbalances is an increasingly important skill for managers in this business. Cultural management is given careful attention to make different cultures can be a bonus in the company. We as managers must ensure that there is a better communication system in the organization. That's all from me. Thank you.
58987. There are many of skill of inside executive, but there are some that I choose randomly are human skill, technical skill, time skill and decision making skill. First I choose is human skill. Human skill are the skill we use in order to relate with one another. Second point is executive are a group of people who build core relationship skill. By this, can employee should not only be able to work in team toward a common goal, but also bring out the best in other team members. My last point is a good opportunity to learn how to work with each other and team members. Because of this, tasks are completed faster, more efficiently, and increase the productivity of organizations. Second skill I choose are technical skill. Technical skill acknowledge used to perform practical tasks in the areas of machine, science and information technology. Software application, most industry use common and specialist software. By the way, software application to help get work done faster and more efficiently. Last one, technical skill training to employ to instill self-confidence to perform their daily tasks to the best of their ability. My third one is time skill. Time skill meaning is working efficiently and employees every industry look for staff that can make optimal use of the time available to them on the job. My first point is managers should set daily, weekly and monthly goal in work activity to executive such as online calendar, project management, program and so on so far. My second point, help employ evaluated their responsibility based on important and urgency and encourage them to complete tasks with the highest priority first. Last but not least, the skill are decision making skill. Meaning is the ability to choose between two or more alternatives to achieve the best result in the shortest time. Last one, manager can consider the advantage and disadvantage of the task and make quickly decision. This allow employee to start working on it faster, thus increase the productivity of organizations. S58987. The manager will carry out the responsibility to the employee amount which I choose is license body and training the develop exciting employees. The manager is the license body are responsible for conveying the vision to the executive or member of an organization. Role in interacting in additional to the bodies within the organization. They also play a role in maintaining interaction with individuals or groups that are outside the organization. Thus, management work will smoother, more effective and efficient. Second one is training and develop exciting employee. These are manager use this model to help their executive improve performance such as solve problem, make better decisions, earn new skill and achieve their career goals. Last one is coaching use the grow model does not tell employee what to do. It help employee create their own answer by asking the right question at the right time.
Increase employees' self-motivation. Managers need to always be sensitive to the level of performance of employees who show interest and fully focus on the work and wisely handle any problems. In addition, managers also need to ensure that employees are always proactive in learning something new and also not outward teaching new people or colleagues based on exciting skills. Besides, managers should be role models to employees by often coming early to work so that they can emulate the attitude of their managers. Always ensure that every operation is in a smooth, good, systematic, and well-maintained condition. Managers need to ensure that every operation carried out in the organization is in good and orderly condition. This can prevent the company performance from declining due to the attitude of employees who complete their work carelessly. If every operation of the company is carried out properly and systematically, the managers successfully apply a positive work environment among his subordinates. A peaceful work environment can also increase the spirit of employees to continue working in the company. The requirement required by a culture manager according to the 5 Maslow hierarchy. The first is physiology needs. Second, safety needs or security needs. Third, social needs or love and belonging needs. Fourth, esteem and prestige needs. And lastly, self-actualization needs. Physiological needs. Physiological needs are human basic needs which are critical for human living in various participating communities in the society. Physiological needs are such human basic needs as food, water, clothing, shelter, which is accommodation or housing, sleep as well as procreation. All needs in this stage can be fulfilled by work management in the organization through remuneration or reward of one work individual, such as the acquisition of salaries, allowance, bonus, and wage sufficient for these basic needs. This need is very important because this type of need will determine whether the individual can go on with life or not. Safety needs or security needs is the second stage in theory Maslow hierarchy. Safety needs or security needs deal with protection and survival from chaotic situations, social disorder, social disturbance, and physical dangers in human environment. Safety needs at work, including as needed assurance of physical safety in the workplace, employee health, physiological stability, and security. This factor will manifest a safer and more skilled work environment for employees without worrying about fear and restlessness. Social needs or love and belonging needs. This is the third stage of needs in theory Maslow hierarchy. These social needs are considered important to individuals when security needs have been met entirely by individual. This requirement will be met when the individual feels he or she is part of the organization, feeling loved, feeling owned, having friends, and feel needed by the organization. These social needs closely related to interpersonal and interaction within the organization. Physiological stability will be felt when an individual has a partner in the organization and can socialize rather than be forced working alone or separately from others. Esteem and prestige need is the fourth stage in theory Maslow needs. After all the needs in the first stage, the second and the third are met. In this fourth stage of self-esteem will play an important role to encourage an individual to work with hardworking. This need is important because individuals feel value himself recognized by others, will bring high self-confidence, positive self-concept, and high self-esteem. This situation will cause individuals feel comfortable working and will pour energy in sincere without caution from any party and environment healthy work. Self-actualization needs is the higher and the last stage of theory Maslow hierarchy. Self-actualization needs is a need to realize the abilities of individuals. This stage allows individuals to highlight their true abilities and talents while performing a given task. The type of need can be met in the organization through a more challenging distribution of responsibilities with creating programs in the form of training work or work system, a systematic one of the provide opportunities for environment safe to the individuals.
Next, I will move on to activities and programs the cultural manager will need to implement. One of the activity is hold the training program. Training program refers to the organized effort of the organization to facilitate the learning of specific work behaviors. This program can be done both individually and in groups. The purpose of this activity is not only to improve the skill and knowledge of employees in particular field, but aims to adapt employees to a new environment. Training program also can encourage employees to communicate with each other. Communication is an important factor in positive employee spirit because employees can feel they are a part of the company. Regarding this program, Malaysian and Arab employees are able to adapt and feel comfortable communicating with each other. In addition, cultural manager need to hold seminar program for employees. Seminar program can help employees to adapt their work and environment. Inexperienced new employees need guidance. Therefore, with this seminar activity, employees can be helped to be on the right track. Through seminar program, organizational managers can share about the manners, lifestyles, dress, and food, also things that are contrary to the culture of the Arabs. Employees should also be given the opportunity to ask questions in order to strengthen their understanding of Arab culture. Based on the objective of the program, employees can know how to build fun with each other and feel calm when at work. Besides, cultural managers need to implement heritage activities. Heritage is the customs, qualities, and the culture of a country that have existed for a long time. Within an organization, of course, there are various races, ethnicities, religions, and cultures. Therefore, the cultural manager needs to plan the activity once a month for the staff in order to expose the employees to the Arab culture. Heritage activity is to cultivate the spirit of loving and respecting the culture and heritage of others. This situation can prevent the occurrence of offending. Last but not least, cultural manager need to hold an annual dinner. The purpose of this activity is to give appreciation to the employees who have worked hardest. The program can be interspersed with various activities such as singing, theater, games, and traditional custom competition. This activity can encourage employees' self-confidence. Not only that, this program can also strengthen the relationship between employers and employees. Good and harmonious relationship between employers and employees can help to establish strong corporate relationship in the workplace.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Nurliana Atirah binti Kamrudin, matrix number S58999.
Today, I would like to explain about question number 5. The question is about how do organizations benefit from an effective cross-country
organizations with a strong corporate culture. So, before we go deeper into the main point of this question, I will clarify about the meaning of a strong corporate culture. A strong corporate culture can be defined as one that is internally consistent, is widely shared, and how it wishes people to behave. From this, we know that a strong corporate culture is really needed because it can guide all the individuals in every organization.
First of all, the benefits that we can get from a strong corporate culture is increases loyalty among employees. Loyalty among employees can be defined as employees who put their faithful to verify the success of their organizations and trust that being an employee in the organization is the best options. As a cultural manager, I will make sure that all the employees feel like they are belong to the organizations and do not have any problem to communicate to other employees, even to the employer. When they can accept all of this, it can be hard for them to leave the organizations, besides can increase loyalty between the employees to the organizations. Next, can improve company's brands and image reputation is also the benefits that we can get from a strong corporate culture. When the customer recognize and acknowledge our brands, automatically they will always trust, attract, and stay loyal to buy the product from our company. Actually, there are many ways that we can do to improve our brands and image reputations. For example, collect all the feedback from the customers and make an improvements. Second, observe our brand routinely. And third, try to control all the negative comments from our customers. So, when the organizations can give satisfaction to all the customers are always willing to pay more money for our product. In addition, developing an effective leadership is also the benefits that we can get from an effective cross-country. Leadership can be clarified as a leader who are always helping the employees to enlarge their capability, motivate, encourage and inspire them to achieve a shared mission and vision for company's future planning. Actually, a good leader should have the positive vibes in their soul such as confidence, humble, soft-spoken, and passionate about the jobs that they do. So, when the organization have an effective leadership like this, it can lead the employees to respect, appreciate, and admire their manager. Lastly, the benefits that we can get from a strong corporate culture is encourage the employees to become more creative and innovative. When the organizations are willing to take risks, it will always can motivate all the employees to think for an outstanding ideas. The ideas from the employees can help the managers to reach, fix, and settle the difficulty that the organization face. If the employees take part in this problem together, it also can help the organizations to increase productivity, sales, and also profits.
In conclusion of this question, we can say that organizations with a strong corporate culture can be very qualified and masterful to stabilize their performance in the future. If every organization is consistent in developing this culture, they will get many benefits such like increases loyalty among employees, improve companies' brands and image reputations, developing an effective leadership, and last but not least, encourage the employees to become more creative and innovative.
In conclusion, we, as a culture manager in the Saudi Arabia office, we must emphasize all aspects. This is said so because Saudi Arabia is a country that is symbolic of Islam and is a very developed country. The progress of the country is evident in various aspects. Saudi Arabia progress can be seen in political, economic and social aspects. These three aspects are the catalyst for the country to continue to progress in various fields. In managing matters related to culture of Saudi Arabia office, we need to be aware and sensitive all those matters that have been discussed, because it will be the contributor for us to be an efficient cultural manager and be able to carry out work effectively.